Forget what YouTube tells you. Forget the magazines. Forget the Instagram reviewers. Forget the gun store guy with the opinion. Forget the trainer who carries a custom Wilson Combat and insists you should too. There is a difference between the guns YouTube says people carry and the guns people actually carry. A massive difference. The guns on the magazine covers and the guns coming out of waistbands at the gas station are not the same guns. Not even close. The carry market in 2026 is dominated by 10 specific pistols. Not the 10 the influencers want you to buy, the 10 that real Americans with real jobs with real concealment problems are actually wearing every single day. We know this because the data shows it. Holster manufacturer order data, state permit application surveys, gun store sales reports. All of it points in the same direction. Today we are ranking the 10 CCW guns people actually carry every day in 2026, from least common to most common. Number 1 is going to surprise every shooter in the comment section. It is not the gun you think it is. It is not even the category you think it is. And when you see it, you will understand why concealed carry in 2026 looks nothing like what the algorithm has been feeding you. Let's get into it. How we are ranking these. This is not a quality ranking. This is a frequency ranking. We are not telling you which guns are best. We are telling you which guns are actually on hips, in waistbands, in pocket holsters, and in purse rigs across America right now. Some of these guns are excellent. Some are mediocre. A few are guns the firearms community openly mocks. None of that matters. What matters is which guns are actually being carried. Let's rank. Number 10. Taurus G3C. Most carry rankings on YouTube refuse to acknowledge the Taurus G3C exists. That refusal is why most of those rankings are wrong. The G3C is one of the most purchased carry pistols in America in 2026. The G3C is a compact striker fired 9mm with 12+1 capacity, steel sights front and rear from the factory, and a restrike capability that almost no competitor offers. The street price is around $270. For working-class Americans who are not spending $800 on a SIG, the G3C is the carry pistol that fits the budget without sacrificing the mission. Taurus reliability has improved dramatically over the last decade. The brand still carries stigma in certain corners of the firearms community, but the buyers do not care. They want a working carry pistol at a price they can afford. Price approximately $270. Capacity 12+1. Best for budget carriers who refuse to spend premium money for premium branding. Number 9. FN Reflex. The Reflex is the carry pistol nobody expected N to build. FN is known for military rifles and duty pistols, not micro compacts. The Reflex changed that. 11+1 flush capacity, 15+1 extended, width of 1.08 inches, weight unloaded of 18.4 ounces. What separates the Reflex is the action. It is hammer-fired, not striker-fired. That single design choice gives it a noticeably better trigger than most micro-compacts, and a slide that is dramatically easier to rack for shooters with reduced grip strength. The hammer is internal and bobbed, so there is no snag risk during the draw. Holster makers added Reflex options to their lineups. Trainers started incorporating it into the curriculum. The platform is young, but the adoption curve is real. Price approximately $599. Capacity 11+1 flush, 15+1 extended. Best for carriers who want a hammer-fired, micro-compact with a premium trigger. Number 8. CZ P10S. The P10S proves you do not need to buy a Glock or SIG to get a premium carry pistol. 12+1 capacity. Width of 1.26 inches. Weight unloaded of 24.4 ounces. Cold hammer forged barrel. The trigger is the reason it sells. CZ ships this gun with a striker-fired trigger that breaks at around 4.5 pounds with a tactile reset that puts most factory triggers to shame. The grip ergonomics are CZ's signature, which means the gun locks into your hand in a way most polymer competitors do not match. The P10S has a smaller market share because CZ does not market aggressively in America. But the carriers who own one are loyal. They are the quiet word-of-mouth network that keeps the platform selling year after year. Price approximately $499. Capacity 12+1. Best for carriers who want premium trigger and ergonomics without paying premium pricing. Number 7. Walther PF Series Compact. Walther built the F Series specifically around shooters with smaller hands, lower grip strength, and shorter trigger reach. That description applies to most women, many smaller framed men, and anyone whose hands do not match the average male assumption that drove pistol design for decades. The F Series is not a marketing exercise. The trigger reach is genuinely shorter. The slide spring is lighter for easier racking. The grip circumference is reduced. Capacity is 15+1. The factory trigger breaks at around 4.5 pounds, with one of the fastest resets in the entire striker-fired category. Female permit holders represent the fastest growing demographic in concealed carry, and Walther was the only major manufacturer who actually built a pistol around their hands instead of expecting them to adapt. Price approximately $649. Capacity 15+1. Best for carriers with smaller hands or anyone who wants Walther engineering in a carry pistol. Number 6. HKV P9SK. HK builds firearms the way German engineers build everything. Overbuilt, overtested, overpriced. The VP9SK is the subcompact carry variant of HK's flagship striker-fired platform. 13+1 flush capacity, 15+1 extended. The trigger is the best factory striker-fired trigger HK has ever produced, breaking at around 5 pounds with a tactile, audible reset that competitors have been trying to copy for a decade. Polygonal rifled barrel, optics ready in current production, interchangeable back straps and side panels for genuine ergonomic customization. The VP9SK has a smaller market share than the volume brands because HK does not chase volume. They build a premium product, charge premium money, and let the market sort it out. The carriers who choose HK do so deliberately. Price approximately $799. Capacity 13+1 flush, 15+1 extended. Best for carriers who want premium German engineering and a customizable ergonomics. Number 5. Ruger LCP Max. The LCP Max is a 380 ACP micro pistol with 10+1 capacity, a weight of just 10.6 ounces unloaded, and a slide width of 0.81 inches. One of the smallest defensive pistols in production in America. This gun made the list because of one specific use case that dominates summer carry across the South: pocket carry in shorts and athletic wear. The LCP Max is the gun that gets thrown into a pocket holster when a t-shirt and gym shorts make any larger pistol impossible to conceal. Joggers carry it in running shorts. Older shooters carry it because the slide is light enough to rack with weak hands. The 380 ACP terminal performance debate is real, but the LCP Max is genuinely concealable in clothing where nothing else is, and millions of Americans pocket carry one every single day. Price approximately $399. Capacity 10+1. Best for deep concealment when larger pistols are not an option. Number 4. Springfield Hellcat. The original Hellcat that started the high-capacity micro-compact category. 11+1 flush capacity. 13+1 extended. 3-inch hammer-forged barrel. Optics ready on the OSP variants. Width of exactly 1 inch. Weight unloaded of 18.3 ounces. The Hellcat earns the spot because it broke the capacity barrier in the smallest possible package. 11 rounds in a sub-19-ounce gun was unprecedented when the Hellcat launched, and the platform has retained its share even as competitors have caught up. Hellcat owners are loyal. Springfield's reliability reputation has quietly been rehabilitated, and current production runs cleaner than the originals that drew early criticism. Price approximately $499. Capacity 11+1 flush, 13+1 extended. Best for carriers who want maximum capacity in the smallest possible profile. Number 3. SIG SAUER P365XL. The XL is the variant that most P365 carriers actually live with day to day. 12+1 flush capacity, 15+1 extended. Width of exactly 1 inch. Barrel length of 3.7 inches. The XL frame gives most shooters a full firing grip, and that single change is why the XL has become the dominant variant. The XL trigger is one of the best in the micro-compact category. Factory sights include X-ray 3-day night sights on most variants. The optics cut accepts the Romeo Zero footprint directly. The P365 family collectively dominates the micro-compact market in 2026, and the XL specifically is the variant carrier to settle on. Price approximately $649. Capacity 12 plus 1 flush, 15 plus 1 extended. Best for carriers who want the gun that defined the modern micro-compact market. Number 2. Glock 19. The Glock 19 has been on this list every year since the list could be made. 15 plus 1 capacity, slide width of 1.18 inches, barrel length of 4 inches, weight unloaded of 23.6 ounces. The 19 carries despite being larger than every micro-compact above it on this list. Millions of Americans started carrying with the Glock 19 and never saw a reason to switch. The reliability is legendary. The aftermarket is infinite. Every cop, soldier, trainer, and gunsmith knows the platform. Every holster company makes one. Every armorer can fix it. For carriers willing to dress around the gun, the Glock 19 delivers a level of all-around capability the smaller pistols cannot match. It is the most carried full-size capacity pistol in America, and it will likely still be on this list in 2030. Price approximately $620. Capacity 15 plus 1. Best for carriers who prioritize shootability and proven reliability over deep concealment. Number 1. Smith & Wesson Model 642. You did not see this coming, that is the whole point. The Smith & Wesson Model 642 is a 5-shot, hammerless, 38 special revolver with a 1.875-inch barrel, an aluminum alloy frame, and a stainless steel cylinder. It weighs 14.6 ounces unloaded. It has been in continuous production since the 1990s. It does not have an optics cut. It does not have a flat face trigger. It does not have night sights from the factory. It has no rail, no modular grip system, no aftermarket cottage industry, and it is one of the single most carried defensive handguns in America in 2026. Here is how we know. Smith & Wesson sells more J-frame revolvers every year than they sell most of their semi-auto models. The 642 specifically is the top-selling variant in that lineup. The data has been consistent for over a decade. The reason is everything that makes the gun unsexy. It is simple. There is no manual safety. There is no slide to rack. There is no magazine to load. You point it out. You pull the trigger. It fires. If something goes wrong with the round, you pull the trigger again, and it fires the next one. No tap, rack, or assess. No malfunction drills. No training required to clear a stoppage. For millions of carriers in America, that simplicity is the entire point. Older shooters with arthritis carry the 642 because they cannot rack a slide. Women who carry in purses carry the 642 because semi-auto pistols can fail when fired from inside a bag. Quick recap of what is actually happening in the carry market right now. 10 different brands, 10 different carry philosophies, 10 guns that real Americans are actually putting on their hips every single day. From the Taurus G3C at $270 to the HKV P9SK at $800, the carry market is more diverse than the YouTube algorithm suggests. The lesson is simple. The guns that get talked about on YouTube are not always the guns that get carried in real life. The data does not care about your algorithm preferences. The data shows what people actually pick up, pay for, and put on their hip every morning. If you are choosing a first carry gun in 2026, the answer is not the gun the influencers want you to buy. The answer is the gun that fits your life, your hands, your wardrobe, and your training commitment. Any of the 10 on this list will save your life if you put in the work. The wrong gun is not a bad gun. It is a mismatch. Hit that like button if this list showed you something the rest of YouTube is not covering. Subscribe for more honest carry market analysis. Drop a comment with what you carry and whether we got the ranking right. Stay safe, stay trained, stay a responsible gun owner.